Hey guys, welcome back, beautiful stars. And today I'm going to be talking about something special to me, my March favorites. And here's the first one. I'm going to be talking about brown sugar shaken iced espresso. This is from Starbucks, but you can also make one at home. And I love it so much. It gives me the energy boost that I need without being too, crazed and I'm not getting jittery or whatever. And it has oat milk in it instead of regular milk, which helps. And sorry about this ugly photo of me, but it was so good. My second favorite is the farmer's market. Now, I've been coming here for months, ever since I moved out of my parents into the campus housing. But I love cooking. I love using all this fresh fruits. And also, I make a lot of smoothies, so this is very helpful. And it's not overly expensive, which I really, really like. And there's always such a good atmosphere there, and all of my produce lasts a good amount of time when I bring it home, so I'm always satisfied when I go there. And I would suggest going there as well if you live in the Webster Groves area. It's beautiful, and plus, I like spreading it out and putting it into my fridge. It looks so beautiful, and I get so excited when I see it. So the vegetables I got today from the supermarket: pineapple, broccoli, strawberries, 2 avocados, onion, 3 lemons because I make lemon water, garlic, ginger, 2 chives, pepper, mushrooms, bananas, pear, and 2 sweet potatoes. And all these things I got for a really good price. I would have went to a Target or let's say Trader Joe's. All this probably would have cost me I would say $35, but I got these for $16. All of this for $16. Webster Groves, where I am at, it's really cheap. So I highly recommend. It's one of my favorites. Next on the list is my little kitchen cafe. Now I have a Keurig now that my boyfriend bought for me. Thank you, honey. But most of all, I like the organized part of it. And I loved labeling things. So you see all these labels and whatever. I usually drink coffee and tea. So I have the options of doing both. And I really, really enjoy making my stuff in the morning, and it's cheaper because I won't have to go to Starbucks or a different cafe in my area, because that can rack up and get really expensive. So having a kitchen cafe is really nice. Now, in no way am I saying that you need a Keurig to have one. I had an older coffee pot that was really, really cheapy, so don't feel like you have to, get a really, really fancy thing, because I did it, in the getaway multiple times, so don't worry. But this Keurig specifically is really inexpensive, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. If you saved up your money, it's pretty cheap for what it's worth, so don't be upset if you don't have one. And I love the color. The color is beautiful, and here's me in my chaotic mess and how I'm making it. This is another oat milk thing, as you can see by the theme. Oat milk is my dream, and these are all the foods and vegetables that I'll have to talk about in this portion of my favorites. And I also got this frother, which is really like, it was like $3. So I would totally suggest that. It helps quite a lot, and it froths my milk a lot, so it makes it taste extra creamy. Totally should get it. It is worth the money, and it's really inexpensive. So, but there's me making it. It's just, it's so good. I should totally be working in a cafe, but I'm not. That's okay. But there's my drink. Cheers. Next is modest clothing. As you guys know, I am Pentecostal and I only wear skirts, and I usually don't wear short sleeves either. All of these pieces were from Target, and they were pretty inexpensive, but I've also bought at Goodwill, like different, thrift shops. Not really Goodwill, but it was a different place. But these are very inexpensive. Always go to the back, and it's 70% off. And you'll see that there's a good array of clothes that can be modest and still very beautiful. And the reason why I call this summer clothing is because it's very lightweight, but it's not see-through. That's the issue with some things that I have found before, where it was very light, but it was pretty see-through. And I did not appreciate that because I don't like see-through, and that's not really modest for me. So this is why I applaud Target, and I believe some of the shirts I've gotten from JCPenney as well, because these are very lightweight. You can move around in them, and you don't feel like it's going to be see-through. Also, that jean skirt was by a Pentecostal. Her name is Sister Abernathy. Really great quality. So that's my modest summer clothing. Next up, we got beautiful hats. Now, I take medication that causes me to be pretty sick when I'm under the sun. So these hats are pretty great to block out the sun usually. And they're just really nice extra pieces to add to your outfit. And they weren't super expensive. So I would suggest that you get one of these because they're very nice. Next up, I highly recommend these three women, Dallas, Torrey, and Erica. They are Pentecostal women, and plus they're black as well. That adds to it, to supporting black podcasts. I support all my brothers and sisters of color, or any color at that fact, but I want to put them out there because they make good Pentecostal content, and they actually are pretty open to everyone. And so that's what I really appreciate their podcast. So totally recommend. The New Living Translation is a great translation of the Bible. It stays true to most of what the Bible stands for, and pretty close to the King James, just not too King Jamesy or, overwhelming. So I'm able to understand it better. So it's one of my favorites, and I hope you enjoy it as well, and go take a look at it. Next is herb gardening. Now, I've been in this apartment since August of last year, and so I wasn't able to garden because I had just moved in. But now that spring has rolled around, I decided to start my own little herb garden. I've gardened with my mother for a couple of years, but I never made one of my own necessarily. But I really enjoy it because it gets vitamin D in me, because honestly, during this pandemic, we've all kind of stayed inside to be safe and all that, but I still want to get some sun so I'm not acting like a hermit. And also, seeing something that you made grow and put work into, and just sitting there listening to God's nature and music is one of those things that help calm me down whenever I'm stressed or I need something to do when I do not have much and I finished everything. So I really, really enjoy it. So I would love to give you a try. It's one of my favorites. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I post every other Friday. I was a little late with this one because a lot of stuff happened that I won't explain, but I'm back, baby. So I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next week.